Hello everybody and welcome back to Hearts of Iron, where we are still working on bringing some of these guys into the fold. We also just got our cryptology department upgraded. Let's get that last upgrade going. I thought I had those, but last episode we discovered we did not. Perfect. So we're going to take over Saudi Arabia quite soon here, in fact, in like 28 days. Now, I did off-camera cancel the justification on Korea. Reason for that was because I did a little bit of calculation and discovered we're about 2 months early. So we're going to want to start that in April. Here, I think, is... Hello, console. We're going to want that to start that in April. So we're going to give that just a couple of months. However, the justification on Saudi Arabia and Oman is continuing on schedule. About 100 more days on the Oman justification, and on Saudi Arabia again, about 21 days now. Fantastic. So we're going to be ready to launch that soon enough. Let's hop into this mode, grab these guys, and make sure that they are executing. Wonderful. So yeah, these guys here. Fantastic. So Saudi Arabia doesn't look like it will really be able to do much against us. How are we doing on our supply throughput over here? We're actually doing just fine on the supplies, and that is amazing. I'm very happy about that. That does, of course, mean that we're no longer prioritizing that military base at Yemen, and instead, we are building a lot of things simultaneously, actually. That's more than I expected, but we can see here that we've got 9 more factory conversions. Okay, I mean, we're going to need a few more. But we can figure that out in a moment. The future belongs to integralist Brazil. Well, we'll see how true that is. At some point, we are going to have to attack the United States. And that point is drawing closer. The question is, do they immediately join the Allies? And technically, I haven't trialed that to find out. That is something that I should definitely figure out, is would they do that? I don't know enough about the AI in Hearts of Iron to be able to predict that. I mean, we can see here that they have military access with the UK still. Greater Portugal has war goals against the state of Japan, which is, of course, something that the US would come in on. And I think that their fascism is dropping right now. Actually, we should check in on the UK's fascism. That's exactly the same place it was. Okay. So justification for Saudi Arabia is done. We'll deal with that in a moment. I want to check in over here. That's at 40%. We've still got a little bit more to go, but we still have over 2 years to work on that one. So that will be absolutely fine. Hey, Saudi Arabia, what do you got going on? Not a whole lot. In we go. Fantastic. Now, we're not expecting that Saudi Arabia will last too awful long here, are we? Oh no, this is going absolutely fine. No issues whatsoever here, I think. Yeah, perfect. We're going to continue playing on speed 5 just because I feel like things are kind of dragging on, and I don't want to have that happen. So we're going to accept all of these guys joining the war. Not that I think they'll get here in time. These guys as well. I mean, we could just call all of our war participants in, right? But we'll just go ahead and do that for now. There's also these guys ready to go, and we're going to toss those into one of our foreign divisions. I think not that one, but rather this one. Excellent. Now we only need 7 more here. That's going quite well. We're going to have 4 here quite soon. Wonderful. And as you can see, we are definitely pushing them back. Do they have another victory point? They must, right? Yeah, it's over here. And we're not currently grabbing it. I'm going to order that we grab it. And there should be a victory point somewhere in this state, right? In theory. Not that I see, actually. Interesting. Well, the Saudi Arabian military is absolutely no match for our glorious Brazilian... Which army is this? Second Army. Fantastic. There we go, we got that victory point, and let's see how we're doing supplies-wise out here. Oh, this is absolutely fine. Look at these supply zones. These are very generous. Impressive. So we're going to need to immediately begin work on some infrastructure as soon as we can over here. That's still a foreign territory, which does surprise me because we control that victory point. But let's just proceed here for now. And as soon as we can, we're going to construct infrastructure over here. What is the infrastructure level here right now? 4? Yeah, we're definitely going to construct infrastructure. But we do expect Saudi Arabia to crumble quite quickly here. It is now April, and so let's begin our justification once again on Korea. This is way faster now. Right, because we're not justifying on 2. That would be the case. This needs to last a full year. So we actually can't do this yet. And it's going to get even shorter when we start justifying on Oman. Or when we finish justifying on Oman, rather. So that's definitely something to think about, and we should also think about increasing our war support by running war propaganda against Saudi Arabia. Now, I don't necessarily think that this war is going to last 90 days. So that's definitely something to think about. We may end up getting that bug again. We'll see. Then again, we also may not. It's hard to say. These guys are ready to be assigned to the Coast Guard here. We're going to assign them straight into here. Excellent. We only need 3 additional units there. And that is great. This is not where we're invading. We're invading over here. Fantastic. Can we build infrastructure over here at this time? Yes, we can, and so we shall. Now, these infrastructure creations are not exactly for the purpose of resources. These over here don't generate resources, right? That is, I think, correct. These states don't generate resources. So these are the states that will be puppeted. This is the state that will be actually annexed. Along with Oman. We will annex Oman because we want that sweet, sweet oil. And that'll be just fine. So for right now, we can definitely see that our second army is pushing them back. We did take their capital, and where did their capital move to? Do they have any victory points left? I would have expected capitulation there. There they go. Okay. Fantastic. So they capitulated. And as I said, we want to take Nejd here, and otherwise we want to puppet Saudi Arabia. Like so. End turn, and done. Excellent. Now, the second army, they're going to go front line against Oman over here, with their offensive line just being a simple push to the sea. Like that. So off they go. We only have 3 divisions assigned to this. It would help if we had everyone assigned to this. There we go. And we are going to need, of course, to garrison this. So these guys, they're going to be popped over to here because they are going to need more. And we're going to garrison these 3 states. So they need an additional 15. That'll be fine. No problem whatsoever there. And what did we end up capturing? Well, we actually definitely need to do this. And let's tick forward 1 day tick here. There we go. So that, interestingly, these are not showing up as not being within our territory anymore, but they aren't. They aren't within our territory. So we no longer care about that for the time being. What we do care about is upgrading this. Like that. Excellent. Something along those lines. So that will be absolutely fine. Brazilian Central Arabia is now a thing, and I mean, they have basically no population there. But they have a few population over here, I suppose. 88 recruitable population is a bit of a yikes. I mean, we took a pretty sizable portion of their population. So, there is that. That's to be expected, though. Not already running a war propaganda campaign. So yeah, I think we re-entered the bug. We'll find out. Actually, we wouldn't be able to run this anyway because we don't have less than 50% war support. We have exactly 50% war support. So let's just get ready for our invasion of Oman, and that will be fine. Now, it is currently the end of April here. Completely okay. So we're just going to not really abandon our plans on Korea for right now, but we're going to hold off on them for the moment. Siam here is guaranteed by the state of Japan, and I still wonder if state of Japan would fight separately from their overlord, the United States, in that situation. I know that in something like Europa, you would be able to pull something like that off. I don't know about Hearts of Iron. If you happen to know, please let me know. But I don't know how that rule works, and I may have to do some experimentation if I don't see the comment before we get to that point. We'll see. So, how are we doing supply-wise over here? Okay, Brazilian Central Arabia definitely does actually need additional infrastructure here due to supplies. So that will be this one here. We'll bump that straight on up. And naval bases. We'll go ahead and queue the naval bases here and here. We're not interested in getting those done immediately. However, what we are interested in doing immediately is changing up our forting. Excellent. We don't actually have... Well, we don't have forting over here. So we'll build forts like so. This is a low priority just if we don't have anything else to do. And then coastal forts along over here. Once again, very low priority on that. Coastal forts all the way up over this way. Fantastic. How far up does our border go here? I think to here. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's where our border goes to. So we'll get some coastal forts over here as well, just in case they decide to be jerks and invade us through the sea. And then we'll also get some land forts here. We're not going to need land forts further north except for here. We can actually only skip this province, but we don't need them there. Excellent. And we're not too concerned about building these quickly. We just want to be able to do something if there's nothing else to be done. So land forts there. That's actually a pretty important land fort. I don't think there's actually a straight crossing there, unlike in most Paradox games. But regardless, we'll still make sure that that's happening. And otherwise, this all looks fine. Excellent. So we'll get that infrastructure underway, and in theory, we'll be able to get our supply zones sorted out over here. So if we look at our supply flow, that's actually a really awkward supply flow. That's a really awkward supply flow indeed. But, I mean, this is only 2 infrastructure here right now. So we're going to work on that, and we've got a little bit of time to bring this on up. So, this is all part of this same state. Yeah. Or not state, but rather supply area. Fantastic. So that's okay. We do have some free dockyards right now, and honestly, we don't need all of this going on, but I think what we're going to do for right now is we're going to toss those into additional heavy ship hulls. Or additional heavy ships, rather. They're not getting steel down here, so they're not actually making progress, but that's okay. We're not too concerned. So we do need to get some additional infrastructure flow over here. Our previous bottleneck is our port in Yemen. Okay. So if our bottleneck is indeed our port in Yemen, then we should continue to work on that. So let's grab that. There we go. Excellent. And building the infrastructure over here won't be bad either, because that infrastructure will eventually be a bottleneck for us. Justification of conquering Oman has finished, and we're going to go ahead and declare that immediately. And these guys, off they go. Our supplies are low, but honestly, I only see one division of troops in Oman. So that's the thing. We don't appear to be advancing. Armies cannot attack the enemy from the neutral country. Oh, we need to call these guys in. Okay. Right, we're attacking from our puppet nation. Gotcha. There we go. Now we're attacking. Fantastic. Slightly awkward, but we got there in the end. All of these guys want to come in. Honestly, I don't know that they need to come in, but we'll accept. They'll probably not get here in time. I do expect Oman to go extremely quickly. I would like to do war propaganda. That is actually the bug there. Okay. We're not actually already running a war propaganda campaign. This is bugged. We've seen this bug before, and I need to try to remember how to do this if I want to run this right now. Ooh, we can prospect for resources. Absolutely. Add production of 22 oil. Do it. We're absolutely going to do that. I do think that I want to do this, but I actually don't have the console commands up right now, and I don't remember what they were. So I would need to look that up. I think we're doing okay-ish on the war support. It'll be fine. So we're having absolutely no problem over here, and it looks like we overran their one unit of infantry that they had. This is absolutely fine. So in we go, and I do actually want to tell these guys, just go to the victory point. There we go. Fantastic. So we are working on developing the Gawar oil fields, and that's perfect. Ooh, foreign troops. Always a nice thing to see. So we're going to pop those into this army. That needs a total of 25 divisions in theory. Okay. That'll be expanded a little bit as well. So Oman has capitulated. We're just going to annex it. And there we go. So what's the second army going to do at this point? Not a whole lot that we can do, honestly, because of the ally situation. We can deploy them in a few different ways. For now, all I'm going to do is have them come up here and form a border. That's not a great thing for them to do, by any means. We're going to tell these guys that they're also going to area defense this, and we're going to adjust our forts. I probably should have not even bothered to build these forts, but that's fine. This fort actually still requires construction, as does this one, actually. So this doesn't change anything over here. We just add a couple of additional forts like so. And then coastal forts all along here. It's not a huge priority, but we'll get there. Now, we don't really have... Actually, anti-air is built in almost all of these. Okay. Technically, it's not queued up over here, and it probably should be eventually. Something along the lines of that. And we'll queue it up over here as well. It's all low priority stuff, so that'll be fine. Excellent. And I mean, we can upgrade air bases in locations where there already is one. Again, it's low priority. This is even lower priority than building the forts, I think. Most of these air bases are pretty unnecessary, And it's just something for us to build if we have nothing else to do. In the meantime, we are waiting on that Korean election. And that'll be fine. It'll show up soon enough, and let's just get all of these air bases constructed. I mean, we're not going to get them constructed, but we're going to get them queued. And that'll be just fine. Greater Finland over here. Fantastic. And then there's all of these regions over here that we'll just queue them up in. We've already got the static anti-air, and we should probably also check on our radar, which will be fine. Again, this is pretty unnecessary to have all these air bases. I'm quite aware of this. And we're not going to prioritize constructing these until everything else is done. So, anti-air is, of course, already set up over here. And it's mostly set up over here, or rather radar. I think I said anti-air, but it's definitely radar that we're doing right now. And we should work on this up here. Excellent. Same down over here. Just get all that queued on up. At this point, we're mostly just waiting on that Korean election, so this is fine. We're not really in any particular rush. Okay. I think that is good. Now, how many military factories do we have? We've almost finished all of our conversions, and we have 235 out of 247. So currently we need to lose another 12. Okay, so we'll work on additional factory conversions, and we will convert 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, I believe. 8, 9, 10. Excellent. And then we'll go for like 11, 12. Like that. Is that actually 12? Let's see here. Not quite. We need one more. Okay. And there we go. We'll get those prioritized. We don't need to have empty military factories that could be civilian factories. So that will be great. Wait, did that take into account these two? I don't believe it did. I'm going to actually cancel these two. And we'll see how that goes. So, I mean, we're currently in the upgrading all of the naval bases status. And we're going to be getting down into some of this stuff over here. I'm going to make these air bases absolute bottom priority. Because, again, I don't think this is very important right now. This is all just airbase upgrades. None of this is new airbase construction. But that's okay. We're going to make that absolute bottom priority. The forts are a higher priority than these air bases. However, the anti-air upgrades, I think, are a reasonable priority to go for. So we'll go buy the anti-airs. Okay, coastal forts are fine. That's all defensive type structures. And there's a lot of them. But we are getting to the point of having pretty low priority on a lot of this, right? These are now the land forts, and again, we're in low priority here. Getting these land forts all done will be great. I'm actually going to go this way. It'll go a little faster. Okay, radar stations, sure. Some infrastructure in our vassals, that's fine in this priority. Honestly, I kind of feel like at this point we leave it, but I didn't want to work on all of these air bases just yet. Because I truly don't believe that they're necessary. So that'll be fine. We do still have free military factories, but we're working on that. You can see we are converting them on over. And that is wonderful. How long is it going to take to justify on Korea? 150 days. Okay, so 5 months. So we should be starting this, let's see, April is when their election is. So count that as 1 month. So April, March, February, January, December. December is when we should be starting this. Okay, so that's a little ways out yet. So we'll wait on that. It is, however, time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we will get started on our invasion of Korea. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and I will see you all next time.